10 o'clock news desk, Peter Russell. The IRA says it shot dead Shankill Road man William Marchant outside an advice centre this afternoon because he was second in command of the local UVF. 2 women were slightly injured as gunmen opened fire from a speeding car. And eyewitnesses say dozens of school children from a nearby primary school were lucky to escape injury. DUP Deputy Leader Peter Robinson says the present campaign against the Anglo-Irish Agreement must be stepped up and unionists should adopt a twin-track approach by having an alternative to the accord in hand so future atrocities, he says, can be laid squarely at the feet of the Prime Minister. Lisburn Council has adjourned its monthly meeting for a week as a mark of respect for the victims of recent upsurge in IRA attacks. Nationally, and
that's all, folks.
At the 11 o'clock news desk, Peter Russell. The UVF say William Marchant, the man shot by the IRA in the Shankill area of Belfast this afternoon, was a member of their organisation. The outlawed Protestant group says the shooting was a blatant sectarian attack which had no regard for the lives of women and children in the area. As Mervyn Jess reports, the provisionals claim the dead man had been involved in the recent murder of one of their members.
The gunmen drove up to the front of the Progressive Unionist Party's advice centre on the Shankill Road around 3 o'clock. They opened fire, hitting 39-year-old William Frenchy Marchant, who was standing outside. 2 women were also slightly injured. The killers then sped off along the Shankill, still firing their weapons, as pedestrians and children from Argyll Primary School dived for cover. City Councillor Hugh Smith was in the advice centre at the time.
I'm very shattered just at the moment. I did get a wee slight nick in my wrist, but I'm not quite sure whether that was from a bullet or exactly where it came from. So it was a blatant attack on the people of the Shankill Road. Absolutely no thought of human life, but absolutely no respect for anyone's life there.
The IRA say they shot Frenchy Marchant because he was second in command of the UVF in the area, and they allege he had been involved in the recent murder of IRA man Larry Marley.
Former Presbyterian moderator Robert Dickinson has told mourners at the funeral of a murdered UDR man that both the British and Irish governments are as much to blame for the killing as the IRA. Dr Dickinson was speaking at the funeral of William Graham, who was shot near Pomeroy at the weekend.
The government at Westminster and their newfound friends in Dublin are as guilty of these foul crimes as those who actually do the deed. Moreover, it puts in proper perspective the complaints of churchmen and politicians whose only interest in the UDR and the RUC is, upon every excuse, to denigrate and undermine all that they do in protecting Protestant and Roman Catholic alike from such a cruel fate as that of William Graham.
A number of councils have adjourned business as a mark of respect for the recent victims of violence. Business was adjourned at Lisburn, Bangor and Strabane councils. DUP Deputy Leader Peter Robinson says the present campaign against the Anglo-Irish Agreement must be stepped up and unionists should adopt what he calls a twin-track approach by having an alternative to the accord in hand so future atrocities can be laid squarely at the feet of the Prime Minister. And the DUP's Ivan Foster is backing Harold McCusker of the official Unionists by saying the party's MPs should stay away from next week's special Commons debate on security here. Mr Foster says taking part would shatter the validity of the past abstentionist policy and give